Hare Krishna. Welcome again to our evening katha here in Krishna Balaram Mandir. And we wish all of you happy Balaram Rasayatra, Sri Krishna Vasant Rasayatra. It's also Hanuman's birthday. Many special days today. So we hope that all of you are safe and taking advantage of this extraordinary time to increase your hearing and chanting and studying of Srila Prabhupada's books. We're also doing like that. And so today, since it's Balaram Rasayatra, as you see behind me, Balaram is standing there very handsomely. We're going to discuss Balaram's Rasayatra, especially from the book called Pati Ratnakar, translated by my dear friend Pundarik Vinayadidas. So, Shamananda Prabhu's appearance also. I knew something else was there. So, since this pastime takes place at Ramghat, and there's one favorite bhajan of Srila Prabhupada that mentions Ramghat, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. So if you have it, songbook available, you can sing along. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Shri Govinda Gopinata Madana Mohan, Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan, Kalindi Jamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan, Keshigata Vamsivata Dvadashakana, Jahasabalila Koilo Sri Nandananda, Sri Nanda Yasoda Jaya Jaya Gopagan, Sri Nanda Yasoda Jaya Jaya Gopagan, Sri Damari Jaya Jaya Venugatsagan, Sri Damari Jaya Jaya Denuvatsagan. The wind blew my place away, all right. Jaya Brisabhanu Jaya Kirtida Sundari, Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Abhira Nagari, Jaya Gopi Swara Vrindavanama, Jaya Jaya Krishna Saka Bhattu Dvijara, Jaya Rama Gata Jaya Rohini Nanda, Jaya Jaya Vrindavana Vasiyata Jaya Dvija Patni Jaya Naga Kanyaga, Bhakti Tejahara Pailo Govinda Chara, Sri Rasa Mandala Jaya Jaya Radha Shyam Jaya Jaya Rasa Liva Sarva Manoram Jaya Jaya Ujjvala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sar Parakiya Bhaveja Brajete Prachar Sri Janava Pada Padma Koriya Smara Deena Krishna Dasa Kohe Nama Sankirtan Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Sri Govinda Gopinata Madana Mohan Jaya Vrindavan Dham Jaya Vrindavan Dham Jaya Vrindavan Dham Jaya Vrindavan Dham Vrindavana Dham Jaya Vrindavana Dham Jaya Vrindavana Dham Jaya Vrindavana Dham Bolo Sri Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Jai Sri Radhe Shyam. So again, we thank you for joining us on this daily katha. We hope that all of you are safe. Yesterday we did Prabhupada Katha. There was so many. I have to thank you all for all the wonderful appreciations and comments that we got. And my dear friend Nitai Madhav, he also mentioned please do some more. So on another day we'll do some more Prabhupada Katha. Today we're going to go to a very far off place of Braj called Ramagat, where Lord Balaram performed his Rasayatra. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manubhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swaparandikam Aradhanastrinandan Daividam Yache Puna Puna Srimad Rupa Padambujo Dilisyam Janma Janmani Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Panchakalpadrubhyascha Kripasindhuvevata Patidanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Sri Baladev Prabhu Ki Jai. So to get to Ramghat, we have to go way far down the Delhi highway, then turn off to the right side. We go all the way to a place. First we reach to Shergar. In Shergar there's one of the most amazing deities of Dauji. Shergar is the largest city near to Ramghat. You have to go all the way through Shergar and then you turn to the right, and you have to know exactly where to turn to the left, and you come to a very beautiful place called Ramghat. But in Shergar, if you ask everybody for Dauji Mandir and you go all the way through the village, looks just like our Vrindavan did when we first came in 1974, simple little shops and very simple, peaceful place. And you come to this most astounding deity of Dauji, very stout and very black and very amazing deity of Dauji. And the Pujari there tells a story that 550 years ago, his ancestor got a dream. This deity was established by Bhajanam 5,000 years ago, but it was lost. And he got dreamed that there's, I don't know if you, of course nowadays I'm sure they do it differently, but when we first came to Vrindavan, when you gave your laundry to the dhobi, the washerman, they took it down to the Jamuna and they had a stone and they would get it nice and wet and whap, 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 they would beat it on that stone. So in the dream, Dauji told him that that I'm there on the bank of the Jamuna stuck in the sand upside down and they're using me to wash the cloth. So in the morning he called all the villagers, they went there with great, because it's a huge deity. They dug out that stone, they flipped it over and they saw this most amazing deity of Dauji. And it was a very simple temple, but somebody fixed up a hall next to it, nice satsang hall. Then later my dear friend Bhakti Yog Maharaj built downstairs, he built a nice temple for Dauji. So now he's got a very nice place. He's if you see him, it's the most astounding deity of Dauji. And this place, Shergar, the original name is Kailanvan. Kail, for those who already know Hindi, you know Kail means sport. There Krishna and Balaram used to sport. So this became known as Kailanvan. And this van is mentioned in Lalita Madhav, because this is how Lalita Madhav begins, that Radharani was running all over Braj trying to find out Krishna. She was with Lalita Sakhi. And they ran hither and thither and hither to Govardhan. With your tall peaks, can you see Krishna anywhere? They ran to so many places. Finally, Lalita pointed to some blue lotuses in Jamuna at Kailanvan, because Kailanvan is just on the bank of the Jamuna. And Radharani saw those blue lotuses and she saw Krishna. She ran, and she and Lalita both jumped into the water, and everybody was astonished. They never came up. And because Jamuna is the daughter of the sun god, they came up on Suryaloka. And then it's a very long pastime. Then from there, Suryaloka, they ended up going to Dwarka. And then Lalita Madhav begins. So this is a very special place, Kailanvan. So then we come to a very, very isolated, tiny little villages there, and the place is way off in the fields. Beautiful kadamba, huge old kadamba tree is there, and so many peepal trees. There's 2 peepal trees, one is blackish, one is whitish. So the pujari says it's Krishna and Balaram there. And there, as we know this story, Balaram scratched Jamuna with his plow. We see many, many branches of Jamuna still at that place, even 5,000 years later. Jamuna is in many branches at that place. And we see huge old banyan tree that we usually sit under to tell this katha. And there's 2 of the biggest gular trees, Indian fig trees, that I've ever seen. They're very interesting trees, because you will never find, although you'll see so many little figs, you'll never see flower. But how can there be fruit without a flower? In fact, this tree is very historical, because the British used to tell the Indians that when the gular tree gives flower, then we'll give you independence. And the Indian used to respond that when we get independence, we'll create a button as greater than Louis Pasteur, and we'll create a gular tree with a flower. And as a fact, you see you read the packaging on the back of your latest software. It's by Gopal Srinivasan and this, that. Your doctor's also from India. Remember my next door neighbor to my mother in California. Oh yeah, my doctor, she's from India. Lakshmi. So the trick is about this tree, because we know there can't be fruit without a flower, is the flower blooms inside the fruit and self-pollinates. So this is beautiful, huge old gular tree, 2 of them, the biggest I've ever seen in Braj. So we know that Krishna left Vrindavan, he went to Dwarka, Mathura, and then later to Dwarka, and the Brishvasis were suffering like anything, and Balaram was telling Kanhaiya, you should go, they're suffering like anything, Maya, Soda, the gopis. And Krishna said, what can I do? My heart is so capricious. I know I should go there, but I just can't go. I just can't go. Huh? So Balaram became upset. So, all right, I'm going. So Balaram decided to go to Braj to comfort all of the Brajavasis. So he left, he came to Braj. Ma Yasoda and Nanda Baba were so happy to see Balaram. They embraced him. Mother Yasoda covered him with tears. He met all the Brishbasis. He promised that he would bring Krishna with him next time. Krishna will come soon. He met all the gopis and comforted them. Then he made a arrangement with his gopis. Because our acharyas are very careful to point out that Balaram has got his set of gopis and Krishna has got his set of gopis. And some of Balaram's gopis, as we read in Krishna book, that there were some gopis who were too young to go to Krishna on the night of the Rasa Leela. So those gopis are connected in Madhurya Ras with Balaram, but they're separate. But what Baldao did, he had them stay in the forest. So while they watched Krishna's gopis stayed in the forest and seeing Balaram enjoying with his gopis, they remembered their pastimes with Krishna in the forest of Ras Leela. So this very beautiful, quiet place on the bank of the Jamuna, my godbrother Pundrik Vidyanidhi has described it so sweetly. I decided can't do justice to it speaking. In Sri Krishna Chaitanya Charitra, Murari Gupta says, just see, at this place Ram and Krishna, decorated with gold and jewel ornaments, suitably dressed for spring, engaged in amorous pastimes in a merry mood, each with his own beautiful gopis. They are overflowing with the ecstatic mellows as they join their lovely gopi friends in dancing and singing. This is spring going on. This month is called Chaitra. It's also known as Madhu. Madhu means honey. And next month, Vaisakha, is also known as Madhav. So for these 2 months, Balaram was here. So this is springtime. The sporting activities of Lord Balaram are most wonderful and abounding with transcendental mellows. There is no limit to his dear beloveds. He increased the loving attachment of those gopis who were not fortunate enough, due to their young age, to associate with Krishna when he performed his Rasa Leela. How Balaram engaged in this pastime is beyond description. Sri Raghava continued, because this is from Bhakti Ratnakar. Raghava is taking Srinivasa and Narottam on Prikrama of Braj. Sri Raghava continued to describe the beauty of Balaram at the time of his Rasa Leela. O Srinivas, knowing that he would perform his Rasa Leela with his dear beloveds, Balaram happily came to this place. This pleasant spot, situated near the Jamuna river, was always filled with scented air. The flowers of the gardens were in full bloom, and the sky was bright from the full moon. The humming of bumblebees and the sweet singing of various birds surcharged the atmosphere. Millions of male and female peacocks danced, and many deer played in the garden. As Balaram relaxed beneath a tree, the gods in heaven sang the glories of Rohini Nandan, whose beauty and posture fascinate the world. O Srinivas, who can keep his composure, seeing the splendor of Baladev? It was here that Rama sat on a jeweled throne in a festive dress. The beauty of Baladev conquers that of millions of Kamadevs, and every movement of his charms the Munis and Rishis and Indras. The glory of his body, which brightens the 3 worlds, can defeat the pride of millions of moons. The silky black curly hair curling his head is decorated with a jewel-set crown, and he wears a flower garland. His lips are as red as bimba fruits, and his teeth sparkle like pearls. A garland of Vaijayanti dangles from his powerful neck. So Vaijayanti is also a flower garland, but mostly in Braj, there's a little type of bead that they string, little sort of grayish bead. We used to grow them at Brindakund. That's in Braj, the Vaijayanti refers to those malas. All glories to the powerful hero Rohini Nandan. Listen to this. The white conch, kunda flowers, camphor, and the silver white mountain all bow down to Balaram's bright white complexion. You want to hear that again? The white conch, kunda flowers, camphor, and the silver white mountain all bow down to Balaram's bright white complexion. Actually, there's a verse in Garga Samhita, Shankha Kunindu Svedanga Baladev. Shankha, you know, means conch. Kunda is a flower, just like now the jasmine flowers has just started to come, just barely. As soon as it gets really hot, they'll really come. But in the wintertime, we get a little white jasmine that has little pinkish highlights. We call kunda. Shankha Kunindu. Indu, as we heard the other day, is another name for the moon. Shankha Kunindu Swet. Just like we know Swetadi, Sweta means white. Anga means limb. Shankha Kunindu Svedanga Baladev. The wavy locks of his lustrous hair curling around his forehead, and his bright tilak steals the hearts of the young maidens. His lotus eyes are restless, and his eyebrows dance like bumblebees near his bright earrings. With a pointed nose that defeats the beauty of Garuda's beak, and his face which conquers the splendor of the moon, it appears as though nectar pours out from his body. His arms are decorated with bangles, and his jeweled necklaces adorn his strong chest. His thin waist breaks the lion's pride. He is wearing an exquisite blue dress, and his well-shaped knees are very pleasing to all who see him. The reddish color of the soles of his feet defeat the sun, and the brightness of his nails conquers the darkness. I am unable to describe the beauty of Baladev, as there is no comparison to him in this world. In this way the Puranas give Baladev's description, which the fortunate must always see. In this place Rohini Nandan Balaram stood in a threefold bending form and blew joyfully on his horn, the sound of which moved the heart of Brahma and others. O Srinivas, with only one mouth, how can I describe the beauty of Balai's pastimes? Here in this moonlit Jamuna Upavan, Balaram engaged in pastimes surrounded by millions of gopis. This is described in Srimad Bhagavatam as follows. In the company of numerous women, Lord Balaram enjoyed in a garden by the Jamuna river. This garden was bathed in the rays of the full moon and caressed by breezes bearing the fragrance of night-blooming lotuses. Sent by the demigod Varuna, the divine Varuni liquor flowed from a tree hollow and made the entire forest even more fragrant with its sweet aroma. The wind carried to Baladev the fragrance of that flood of sweet liquor, and when he smelled it, he went to the tree. There he and his female companions drank. Raghava continued his story. After drinking the liquor, Rohini Nanda became maddened as he began his rasa dance with his gopis. Some of the gopis played mridangas, pinakas, veena, and other instruments, while other gopis sang Balaram's glories in melodious song based on rhythmic tunes and beats. Lord Brahma and others were moved by the music. Sri Balaram himself became overwhelmed by the dancing, singing, and music, and soon the Ras Mandir was filled with unlimited happiness. To enjoy water sports with his lovers, Balaram brought the Jamuna near by pulling her with his plough, then sported in her water. After bathing, Balaram changed his dress, drank more baruni, and spent the night with his associates. Early in the morning, the gopis could not bear their separation from Balaram and did not want to return to their homes. Balaram consoled them in many ways and sent them to their houses. Out of fear of Balaram, the Jamuna offered him prayers, and folding her hands, she threw himself at his feet. This description is found in Vrajavilastava. When by her own quiet nature the Jamuna was flowing to the South Ocean, she did not respond to the order of Balaram, and thus he pulled her with his plough. In this place the Jamuna can be seen as she is. I sing the glories of this place with my devoted heart. Sri Raghava told his followers that Baladev's Rasasali is famous throughout the world, and devotees offer their prayers at this beautiful place named Ramaghat. So after this beautiful Ras Leela, Varuna sent his daughter Baruni flowing from the trees. And Balaram, he began to drink that honey liquor with all his companions. And he became completely intoxicated. So Prabhupada explains that when one becomes intoxicated, sometimes he cries, sometimes he laughs, sometimes other things. And sometimes one becomes angry. So Balaram, after drinking all this liquor, he and his companions wanted to sport in the river. But when you're drunk, then you don't feel very enthusiastic to move too much or go anywhere very far. So Balaram told Jamuna, Aja! Come here. So this is Aja is very crude language. We say, Aja gya. But Balaram said, Aja. So Jamuna was a little insulted, so she refused to come. So then Prabhupada explains, sometimes intoxication causes anger. So Baladev became angry, he pulled out his plow, and then he began to scratch the Jamuna and make her into many different channels. And then as we read, Jamuna appeared before him, understanding his supreme position, and she offered so many beautiful prayers to him in this beautiful place. So this is that very night of this beautiful Ras Leela. And we pray that Balaram be very merciful to you, because Balaram, he's very kind. He, as we heard the other day, he's always serving Krishna. Even this Braj Mandal is expansion of Lord Balaram. His shoes, his bed, his walking stick, his ornaments, his crown. He's serving Krishna every way. So our Prabhupada and our acharyas explain him as Adi Guru. And he's the most merciful. We see in his form as Lord Nityananda, even as Baladev. He instructed Duryodhana. Nobody would accept him as a disciple. They were so upset with him. But Baladev was so kind, he taught him how the Mallayud, not the Malla, but the Gadayud, fighting with the club. So Balaram, so therefore we see Lord Nityananda, he's also saving the most fallen souls. And he's so merciful. I pray that Lord Balaram shower his mercy on all of you today, on this very auspicious day of his rasa dance. It's also the birthday today of Hanuman. So Hanuman, as we know, he's known as Anjaneya. He was the son of one monkey. Actually, she wasn't a monkey. She was a heavenly damsel, but she mistreated one sage was meditating in the forest in the form of a monkey, and she began to tease him in so many ways to disturb his meditation. So then he cursed her that you become a monkey. And then she begged his pardon. He said, when you give birth to a very valiant son who will be a partial incarnation of Lord Shiva, then you'll be freed from this. So then it's described that one time, Shiva and Parvati, they were enjoying in the form of monkeys, having a good time in the forest in monkey form. So as a result, Mother Parvati became pregnant. And then she said, oh my goodness, I already have one son with an elephant head. Now what kind of son will come? So then Lord Shiva instructed Vayu to take this embryo and preserve it for in the future. Vayu will take that embryo and insert it in the womb of Anjana. So here we have example in our scriptures of what do you call it? Surrogate mother. Surrogate mother. Because one time when I was in South Africa, one lady came from the university and she was asking us about our views on abortion and so many things, and she was asking what about artificial insemination, and everywhere I found something in the scriptures to support. There's no organization more pro-life than ISKCON, Krishna consciousness. Whatever way you bring life in the world, we're for it. Whatever way you want to take it out, we're against it. So even here we have the examples. So they kept it in the Himalayas in the river, frozen. And one day, Anjana was enjoying with her husband, so that time Vayu slipped the embryo into her womb. So he's partial incarnation of Lord Shiva. So then he was born as Anjaneya. She was released from her curse, and she ran off back to the heavenly planets. And I think Kesari was the name of his father. His father had to raise him like that. And there's one pastime of Hanuman here in Braj, because we know that they were building the bridge across the ocean to Lanka, and the monkeys were throwing huge boulders and mountain peaks. So Hanuman, he was searching here and there for different mountains. In the Himalayas, he saw this beautiful mountain that was the son of Dronachal. Because the mountains we call Achal. Just like when you're here on Prikama with me, all day long we're telling you, chalo, 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 let's go. So the mountains don't chalo, so they're Achal. So his name was Dronachal. So he ripped that mountain and headed south. And as he passed over Braj Mandal, the shout came that the bridge is finished. So he went to put the mountain down, and that mountain began to cry, Arey, I was going to get the touch of the lotus feet of Lord Ram on my head, and now you're taking that opportunity away from me. So Hanuman said, wait a minute. He set the hill down in Braj, where he's standing now as Giriraj. He ran to the end of the Indian continent, and where Lord Ram was staying. And Lord Ram told him that don't worry, next avatar, all daily I will run across the tops of his mountain peaks, so he should not worry, next avatar. So he came back and Giriraj was satisfied, he waited, and just like we were singing that beautiful song the other day, Yad Rama Krishna Charanam Sparasham Pramoda, he was getting the touch of both Ram and Krishna all day long on this in this pastime in end of Dwapara Yuga. So we hope you again join us tomorrow, and we thank you again for your wonderful appreciations of this Katha every evening. We'll again do Prabhupada Katha one day, and we hope that you all remain safe and engaged in Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Huh? Oh, how many people watching?
Around 100.
Again 100. All right. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.